the MacVoices update for November 2025. This is MacVoices. Welcome to MacVoices. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, it's hard to believe, but it's already time for the November 2025 MacVoices update. And I'm going to make this one a short one just because we're trying to get it in right before the holiday, the Thanksgiving holiday here in the US, and also because I've been putting a lot of extra content into the feeds recently, and I wanted to give you a quick update on why. First off, though, I want to make sure we point out our MacVoices Holiday Gift Guides. The shows are being published now. We got some out before the Black Friday shopping weekend, Cyber Monday shopping weekend, but there will be more gift guides throughout the holiday season. So I hope you enjoy them. There are multiple ways to benefit from those, not just by listening to them and enjoying the commentary from the panelists, but also you can find all the gift picks for each episode in the show notes in each episode. You can also find them in the master gift guide list on the MacVoices website. You can also find them in the 2025 MacVoices Holiday Gift Guide Flipboard magazine. Each one of those delivers a different kind of presentation. Obviously, the show note ones are dedicated strictly to that show, so you can reference them easily after you listen to them. The Master Gift Guide is just a text list with links so that you can find something if you wanted to do a quick search or couldn't remember which guide it was in. That way you have a place to go to look for it in just one unified location. The Flipboard magazine is probably my favorite simply because it links back to all of the products and services that we talk about. But you get visual representations because we link to the graphics that are available for those products. And so you can do that on the web. It loses a little bit of its impact. The best experience is always in the Flipboard magazine app for iPhone or iPad. And again, my personal favorite is the iPad. So enjoy those. Pay attention to them. You are supporting MacVoices by clicking through most of the links, and I always appreciate that support. But it's really more about helping you give or get interesting gifts this year. The gifts are primarily tech-focused, but far from all tech-focused. The panelists have a tendency to come at things with a completely different eye, and there are definitely some surprises already in this year's gift guides, so give them a look. So I said I've been dumping a lot of content into the feeds. It's a nice problem to have, but we're running a little bit behind from the MacVoices live shows, from a couple other things, as well as our TV Plus Talk segments with Charlotte Henry. And also I wanted to make sure that I get, either by the time you see this or shortly after, a conversation I had with the Long Island Macintosh Users Group about their current perceptions around AI. And I want to get it into the feeds before it gets a little more dated, simply because AI is moving so fast that not every comment or thought is going to be valid probably in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. It's kind of amazing just how fast it is moving. So look for all those things. But if you feel like you're seeing a lot more in the feed recently, yeah, you are, because I'm trying to make sure that we get caught up and stay caught up, and that you're receiving the information freely. And also, as I've said a few times here, I'm trying to target the 20 to 30 minute length. So that's one reason you'll see the gift guide shows cut down into 2 pieces, because otherwise they can drag on because we have so much fun with those. Same thing with some of the discussions. So that's sort of the idea here. Now, sometimes they run a little long, sometimes they run a little short. But that way I'm not having to cut up topics right in the middle of a discussion. So what you get is a complete, full discussion on whatever point or points we're talking about before we move on to the next. So that's another reason. And besides, who said that you had to have just one podcast per day? Other than that, I do want to point out MacVoices magazine once again, because this time of year, it's sort of a strange time of year because we get slow news, but a lot more how-tos. And I'm seeing a lot of that, especially with the new versions of Mac iOS and iPad OS and Apple Watch and TV and all of the OSs. So make sure you give that a look. If you are new to that, just to reiterate, It's not about news. It's not about anything except how to do more with your Mac, with your iPad, with your iPhone, with your Apple Tech, and sometimes even out beyond your Apple Tech. Yes, I do flip all of the Mac Voices shows into the magazine so you see what we're up to. But the primary thing that I'm doing is taking my daily surfing, looking for the things that I think are interesting and are more how-to oriented, flipping them in there so that you can research them, use the ones that suit you, or maybe expose you to something a little bit new. So check that out, Mac Voices Magazine. Last but not least, the support report. And as always, I super appreciate all the support that our Patreon supporters provide. They're the ones that really keep the show coming to you. You'll see their names in the show notes in the credits at the end of each Mac Voices video episode. You will also see them in Discord, in our Discord and in our Slack, because that's how they get access to those assets. And you'll hear their names read here every month in the update. Because again, I want to give something back for all the support they provide to me and to Mac Voices. So once again, thank you. This month at Platinum, we had Ash and Marty J. At Gold, we had Craig A., Webb B., David G., Robert G., Tim G., and Keith M. At Silver, we had AIM, Baz, Cletus H., Eric B., Brett C., Bruce E., John E., Barry M., Chuck P., George R., Andrea S., and Daniel S. And at Bronze, we had Brian F., Ronald F., Craig H., Clinton M., John M., Kevin K., Makawa, Patrick N., Prop P., and Soyuz. So once again, I want to thank those Patreon supporters for their ongoing support. It is greatly appreciated. But I also appreciate everyone else who supports Mac Voices in whatever fashion they do, by clicking through our sponsor links or our links to products, by posting or sharing our posts or commenting about our posts on social media. Any way that you help distribute Mac Voices and spread the word is super appreciated, because that's how the show grows and that's how we reach more people and hopefully inform them and welcome them into the family. So with that, I'm going to say maybe a happy Thanksgiving, depending on when you watch this, or if you are seeing this after Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving if you're in the U.S. And if you're in the rest of the world, hey, I hope you had a great weekend, and we will see you next week in the feeds. As always, thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple Tech with Mac Voices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.